Have you ever wondered what exactly it is that makes Scorpio tick? Scorpio are often known for being quite mysterious, and many find them simply have a hard to getting on their level. So, to clear up some of the mystery around this often misunderstood sign, let's examine it a bit closer by taking a look at 21 of the most common traits and characteristics of the Scorpio personality. 1. Scorpios are intense and full of passion. Scorpios are easily some of the most intense and passionate creatures in all of the zodiac, and they have a way of making you feel alive when you are around them. They have a profound nature and intriguing aura about them that draws others into their world. 2. Scorpios are clever and can't be fooled so easily. The Scorpio is extremely clever, cunning, and perceptive, so don't think for a moment that it's going to be easy to dupe them. They're big-time skeptics. They don't believe anything without hard evidence. 3. Scorpio is mysterious and secretive in their ways. The Scorpio is a complex personality who can be very hard to understand, and to many people, they are seen as a total enigma. They tend to be quite guarded around those that they don't know well and can be very mysterious and secretive about their affairs. 4. The Scorpio often has trust issues and can be highly suspicious of everything. Scorpios can be highly suspicious of everyone and everything. They are often known to have trust issues when it comes to believing that other intentions are good. Sometimes, Scorpio just needs to chill out and remember that not everyone is out to get them. 5. The Scorpio is focused, ambitious, and competitive. The Scorpio has big ambitions, and they have a strong competitive characteristic to their personality that pushes them to strive for greatness. When they want something, they just go for it, and when they set their sights on something, they allow very few things to get in their way. 6. When a Scorpio loses their temper, they can be brutal. The Scorpios have a bit of reputation for being people that you don't want to screw with, and for good reason too. When crossed, the Scorpio won't hesitate to exact their revenge. Unlike the scorpion that represents their sign, their sting can be extremely painful. 7. Scorpio only gives compliments that they actually mean. The Scorpio is not a kiss-ass and doesn't suck up to people unnecessarily. In other words, if they give you a compliment or sing your praises, then you can be sure that they mean it. They can't stand fake flattery and prefer to be real with people in that way. 8. If Scorpio is betrayed, they can be very unforgiving. Scorpio aren't the types of people that will just let huge breaches of trust slide. They fear betrayal more than almost anything else, and once their trust is broken, they find it extremely hard to gain it back. And if needed, they aren't afraid to just cut ties altogether. 9. Scorpios can be reserved, and they take time to open up. Scorpios are not nearly as much of an open book as some of other zodiac signs, and it takes time and patience to really get to know a Scorpio on a deeper level. They tend to be cautious creatures who find it hard to open up to people until they know that they can trust them. 10. Scorpios are magnetic and can be extremely seductive. Scorpios have a unique magnetic characteristic to them that intrigues people and leaves them wanting to know more. They can be very seductive too, turning on the charm and charisma at a moment's notice, making them almost impossible to resist. 11. Scorpio experiences extreme highs and lows. Deep down, Scorpio can be quite an emotional soul, even if they don't show it on the outside. They can experience some of the most intense high, where they feel like they are on top of the world, but also some of the most brutal lows, which can leave them emotionally exhausted. 12. Scorpios are crazy observant, and they're constantly noticing things that others miss. The Scorpio is one of the most observant signs in all of the Zodiac, and they're always picking up on subtle but important details that others around them miss. It would be a big mistake to underestimate their ability to figure out the truth. They have their ways of getting to the bottom of things. 13. When Scorpio falls for someone, they can fall hard and get totally blinded by love. When Scorpios fall for someone, they often fall hard and can become so infatuated and immersed in the relationship that the rest of the world just seems to disappear. When they commit to someone, they don't half-ass things and give the relationship everything they've got. It's all or nothing, baby. 14. Scorpios tend to form deep connections with people. The Scorpio can take a while to open up, but once they do, they love to connect with people on a deeper level to find out who they really are. They have a knack for instigating meaningful and thought-provoking conversations that end up being extremely rewarding for everyone involved. 15. Scorpios are independent creatures who follow their own path in life. The traits and characteristics of independence and self-reliance are strong in Scorpio personality. They like to forge their own path in life, and they don't like to ride on the coattail of others. They also hate it when people try to control their life, and if you try to do so, they will give you a nasty reality check. 16. Sometimes Scorpio just need to get the hell away from everyone and be alone. Scorpio loves their friends, but sometimes they just need to be alone so that they can get their thoughts together and plan for their next move. Don't push them. When they are signaling that they need space, they will come back when they're ready. 17. Scorpios stick to their word, period. Scorpios can't stand it when others go back on their word, and as a result, they don't do it themselves. The word of Scorpio is as good as cash in the bank, and when they promise something, you better believe that they're going to deliver. 18. Scorpios are instinctively extremely protective of their loved ones. Scorpio possesses strong protective traits and instincts that make them fiercely defensive of their loved ones. When one of their own comes under fire, they are quick to provide support and fight the corner. 19. Scorpios are picky about who they befriend. Scorpios can be quite private in ways, and they often prefer to keep a smaller circle of friends. They would much rather have a handful of really tight friends that they really know they can count on than 1,000 so-so acquaintances that they barely even know. 20. Scorpios have got the death stare perfected. Few have got the death stare quite as down-packed as the Scorpio, and being on the receiving one of these haunting stares can feel like 1,000 daggers hitting you all at once. Often, the Scorpio gaze alone is enough to scare you straight. 21. Scorpio is extremely resilient, and they don't allow a few measly setbacks to discourage them from their goal. Scorpios are crazy resilient creatures who don't cry over a little bit of spilt milk. It takes a hell of a lot more than a couple of pesky knocks and setbacks to stop them from achieving their goals.